Hi. We're in the sort of, what do we call this? The back courtyard?
Back courtyard.
The back courtyard. You think I'd know that after being here for some time. So we're in the back courtyard here. And today I am, very excited that you've joined me.
Well, I often join you.
I know,
So
but
it's not the first time.
This isn't the first time, but this is a time that you're going to be able to actually show me places around Mapperton, secret places that I'm not sure I know all of the places. Do you?
Well, I wouldn't be showing you them if I didn't know them. I'm sure there are places I still don't know. But sometimes, I mean, at a place like Mapperton, there's lots of parts of the house that are obviously open to the public. And then, of course, there are the wonderful gardens. And then there are the areas that most people don't see, and even Julie hasn't seen some of them.
Yeah.
So we thought we would pick out a few of those today, and just give you a real behind-the-scenes tour
of behind
into
the scenes.
Cellar. Yeah, behind the scenes, exactly.
Behind the scenes.
So some of these places might be new to you. Some of them, I think you know. But we thought that we would go into the cellar in the main house, for example. We would look down.
Well, don't tell everybody yet.
No. We can give them highlights of what's coming, because that might be interesting.
All right.
And then we thought we'd go into the stables.
Clearly, he thinks it's his episode.
We thought that there were places that you don't normally get access to, where I've been trying to dig out keys. In fact, I found a key to one of the places that we're going. And it's pretty enormous. It's not an original. It's not an original key, but it's certainly
key.
Let's kick off by going into the house and looking down in one of the boiler rooms, because there aren't just there isn't just hot water
down there. Don't say anything.
There are some other creatures.
Okay. All right. You just gave it away.
Well, creatures doesn't give much away. Right, so into the door that takes us down into the cellar, down these wonderful old stone steps, in which there's a rather lovely fossil.
There is a lovely fossil.
In one of the flagstones. And we head on down through here. We try to avoid the cameraman and the camera woman.
Every limbo boy and girl. Did you ever play limbo? Or no? No. Does he even know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, but
that was it. That was limbo.
I've never heard that song before. If you want to go again.
Every limbo boy and girl, all around the limbo world, or something like that. And it was that you have to go underneath a pole. That's what I just did. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of limboing in here.
There's a lot. Oh,
because these pipes are quite low. We're right down here in the bottom of the house, in the basement. And this is where Julie stores a lot of her shop stuff and her yoga stuff.
Yoga manuals for my school, for my yoga school, all the manuals and all kind of the journaling and the journals and the tote bags all get stored here. And then over here, these are...
Well, wait, we'll come back to those.
Oh, okay.
So just generally, and we actually, Julie and I were on our knees the other day, sweeping.
We should have filmed that.
And clearing and just basically giving this place a bit of a tidy up. This is the boiler room for the house. There are actually two boiler rooms. This one does the hot water. Oh. You may not have known that. No. and that's the hot water tank for the house, which is pretty big. It can apparently manage 9 simultaneous baths. So have we ever had 9 simultaneous baths?
No, but I'm not sure. But it is hot. It's
and
warm to touch.
It's got this very clever system here, because in here comes the hot water from the biomass, and it goes into this tiny little box here, which is called a heat exchanger. And what happens is that hot water from the biomass goes in there, it exchanges its heat, and that then goes into the hot water system for the house. So actually the biomass hot water and the house hot water never mix. They just exchange heat through the plates in there. And of course, this is the most lovely warm place on a miserable cold winter's day, of which there are many. This is the place to be.
Yeah, it's so warm in here. It's warmer than the kitchen.
We have certain exotic pets that have discovered that already.
And I'm just going to feed Splurtle. And we do let him out, by the way, to walk around, FYI. So we do let him go out. Okay. And there he goes, and he's having a little eat there.
Splurtle has a little basking area. And he's got quite a big, comfortable pool. And then over here we have Stig. So we've got Splurtle the turtle, and we've got Stig the Horsefield tortoise. And Stig is just in
Perfect,
this
your
one over
head
here.
there.
But anyway, you can see all of the equipment. I quite like all of these pipes and pumps and heat exchangers, and we've got a backup boiler system over there. And this is where, this is the underbelly of the house. These are where all the pipes for heating and hot water go through all the different cellars and then head up into the different risers for the house. It's where it all happens.
Wow, here's some nice, did you know this was down here?
And we've got some nice plates and things. Right,
Okay.
we'll come back for those later.
Okay.
So this little extension here was built in the 19th century by the Compton family, who lived here at that point, and it was the Reverend Compton was both a clergyman and also the owner of Mapperton, and as my parents tell it, he didn't want to get wet walking from the house to the church. So he built this little annex which joins the two, and this was his way into the church.
Which is now the muniment room, my new favorite word. Okay, here we are. So see, this is how we enter into the church.
Here we are in the church, but this is not a church tour because my mother is doing one of those and does it much better than any of the rest of us. We're showing you somewhere that most people don't get to see. And that is the inside of the medieval tower, which is probably 14th century. The font is certainly quite a bit older.
I think it might be 13th
I'm quite
century.
large, so I have a problem getting up this tower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my wife,
Nice. That's not the reason why.
who's more
It's not
nimble.
'cause you're-
But I've given you my phone as a torch because it is dark and there might be bats.
Okay.
But I'll let you go first.
Okay, yeah. I love how you're using your size as an excuse. Nice one. Okay, so this is, again, one of the secret places here at Mapperton. This is in the church. Look at how, little. They must have all, they were little.
It's just a small door.
Oh.
Are you going to get up to the bell?
Yeah, I'm going to go. Here we go. So I'm heading up with Stephen, who's actually having a much more difficult time than me. He's going backwards following me up. So that's pretty impressive. I've got the torch. I don't know if I necessarily need it. I'm slightly more worried about Stephen and his camera kit than I am about me being nimble and coming up here. But it's little. These are small, medieval, tiny stairs. Their shoes must have been, their feet must have been very small. I think, has someone just locked us in? Did someone just close the door? Hello? I think we just got closed in. Hold on, I think we just got locked in, Stephen. 1 second. Oh my gosh, what happened?
It's only me. It was a sudden draft.
Oh, okay. I thought we got locked in. That would have been, then I would have got to have, anyway. What I was saying was I think they must have had small feet as well because you have to sidestep up here. Stephen's sidestepping. I'm worried about his, okay. Is this it? I think this is as far as we're going to go. Stephen's up by the bell. So Stephen's going to turn it around. Stephen's basically back bending right now. And going up by the bell. That's how close Stephen is. Right, so should we make our way down, Stephen? Be careful. We'll sidestep it. What's this? I'll just bring that down. I don't know what that is, but I'm just going to bring that out.
Right, here we are coming up in the fountain court. And our cameraman has nearly walked into a bush, but if we think he's still standing, that's all right. All good, all good. Okay.
These grottos are really, I think, some of my favorite secret places. I do know about these
Well,
secret places.
they're not that secret because the truth is, if you come and visit the gardens, which we hope you will, they are places that you can walk into. But on each side of the garden, this is the garden that was put in by Ethel Labouchere, who lived here in the 20s and laid out this garden with its topiary and its various structures. On each side we have these grottos. And do you know why
I do
the
know
grottos
why.
are here? You're not supposed to know why.
Why not?
Okay, maybe you do.
Okay, well, the grottos are here because Ethel Labouchere, who designed these gardens from 1920 to 1927, so it was 7 years to create these Italianate gardens. She constructed these, had these two grottos constructed because she was an artist, and these were perfect points for her to be able to put up her easel and look out and create. and draw and paint. And she also inside put in a fireplace here and a fireplace on the other side to the grotto so that she could come out in the winter, or really all year round because it's really cold here most of the time, and light the fire and then be warm, and her hands would stay warm in particular as she painted.
Do you know what I'm not sure though? Is
what?
Exactly where that chimney goes. And we haven't lit the fire here for years and years and years, but I'm sure it would still work. But what's really interesting is to think about her sitting here in this grotto and how she would position herself with her easel, what her kind of tableau would be, what her view would be. And imagine
really beautiful.
Imagine that you're Ethel and you're sitting here and you've got your easel and you're looking out.
And what
Unfortunately, we don't have any of her drawings or paintings, but they must be somewhere. Okay, we've walked across the fountain court now to the grotto on the other side. This is the grotto on the east side, the other one's on the west side. And if we go,
It's a
sweetie,
good photo.
I know, it's looking absolutely magnificent.
Oh my goodness.
The
I'm
gardens.
definitely going to have to get a photo.
This is a bigger
wow.
and more echoey grotto.
It certainly is.
Imagining again Mrs. Labouchere sitting at her easel, look at the view that she has from this side. It's quite spectacular. So here we are in another part of the garden, and we're just in front of what's called Queen Elizabeth's Bath.
This one I'm really excited about because actually I've only seen it through the iron gate. I've actually never been down there.
You've never been down there?
I've never been down there, ever.
You've never been swimming down there?
Well, I didn't know you could swim down there.
It's called a bath.
Well, I didn't know that there was water in the bath.
Anyway, it's called Queen Elizabeth's Bath, and you'd think that was because Queen Elizabeth had been here.
Right.
But actually that's complete nonsense.
Oh.
Most historic houses invent things like Queen Elizabeth's Bath to make them sound grander than they are. It's usually locked because it's lethal. These steps are really dangerous. So everybody, especially camera people, be really careful, Steve and Claire, as we go down.
Okay.
So we're going to go down, and you can probably hear quite a lot of water.
Okay. So should we let Steve and Claire go down first?
Yeah. Right, sweetie, be really careful.
I am going to.
And avoid all the ferns and the mosses.
As long as there's no nettles.
We think that this is actually 17th century. So this may have formed part of the water system for the house and the gardens. And in fact, this big stone above the arch here is absolutely enormous, and we think is from that period. So anyway, so here we are. And if you look in there,
been down here.
You can see there is actually a mini swimming pool. Well, it's a bath, but you could probably get half a lap or a couple of strokes.
What? A half a lap?
Well, a couple of strokes out of it.
How big is it?
And there is some uncertainty as to whether it's really a bath or in fact part of the water system. My mother doesn't think that it was something that anybody went into. But if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see there are actually some steps that lead into it.
Yes!
And why would you have steps
It's a bath!
if it wasn't intended?
It's a bath. They're right there. The steps
swam in?
are right there. The steps are there. Has anybody ever shone a light around to see, if there's any clues to it being a bath? I think it's definitely a bath.
Well, I think there's one way to find out whether it really works as a bath, and that's for you to get in it later on. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice and cold. It's perfect for my cold water immersion therapy, everybody. I'm definitely, and it's not very deep though.
It's not very deep. I think you'll find you'll get a few things between your toes as you stand on the bottom, but that's all right. Probably quite good.
Well, that's what happens when I go into the 18th century pool, so I'm sure no difference between the 17th century pool.
Anyway, come on out. Let's get you changed, and then and then you can have a quick swim.
Wow.
Now, this is somewhere that you do know.
I do.
But you may not know much about the history of the building. Not that I know that much. But obviously we're here in the garden. We're currently underneath the pergola. The pergola actually was moved. It used to be up the other end of the garden where the orangery is.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And we're walking into what we call the summer house. Now, this again is part of the Mrs. Labouchere tour of interesting places where she would sit to paint.
I did.
But we think once upon a time that this was actually a mill. So it wasn't a summer house at all. It was a mill, and the water would flow down through into the pools originally. All of this has been built up. Anyway, let's go inside with this enormous key.
That's on my list of things to research because I'd really actually like to find out if it was a mill, right? And then,
Right, in we go. And here we are in the summer house.
Smell is amazing.
Which has this extraordinary
musty
smell of the old panelling, which probably is oak panelling as well. I think of all the places for Mrs. Labouchere.
There's a light.
Yeah, the light works.
Oh my goodness, the light works.
The light works, and it's showing up a lot of cobwebs.
Yeah, that's great.
Goodness. And then again, a fireplace which looks like it's been used quite recently. Tweety, have you been here? Have you been having secret fires and secret tea parties? I don't know. What have we got in here?
Just looking. Well, there's nothing.
Nothing much in there. But look what I found over here.
Oh my goodness.
Some very old tongs.
So fun.
Look at those.
Oh, look at those.
And also here, if you come over here, this is an absolutely ancient electric pond. So that's the switch to turn it on.
What?
And that's how you would unscrew.
What?
To put your plug in.
No.
And there you go. That must be a very old 5-amp plug. It probably still works.
Okay.
Should I give it a go?
Well, why are you... Okay, don't... It's not even funny. Why would you do... I just fell for it. That's because you literally screamed in my left ear. So of course I'm going to be, jumpy.
We'll put
jumpy.
I can't get it on.
Oh dear, broken.
Okay, all right. So again, we can imagine Mrs. Labouchere in here with a table laid, sitting in the dead of winter because she could have kept really warm in here and she could have closed the door.
Yeah.
And then again. If we just imagine taking away the cobwebs, we can think of her extraordinary views.
I think the cobwebs add a little
through
character.
the window. So I've got a cunning idea. You have mentioned before that you quite like to learn to draw, and I think perhaps we should get Julie an easel and set her up in here, as it was with Mrs. Labouchere.
And paint my pool that I swim in.
And you could be painting and drawing.
The pool.
Outside.
But I'm going to paint the pool because we know how much I love swimming in it. So it's looking a little bit.
Look, there are also curtains here. Look at this bit of fabric.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it's a cobweb.
What? Oh.
Watch out. Big spiders.
Okay, I'm not
Not deadly in the UK, but and rafters in decent shape.
Do you think we want to do something with this though?
No, I think it's completely charming. Just
well, it is, but maybe just.
Well, we could clear a few
cobweb it out.
We could clear a few. I tell you what, that could be a job for you tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be a job for you tomorrow.
We'll do it together. If anyone wants to offer to come and join us to clear cobwebs, they're most welcome. So today, I think we've seen 5 different behind-the-scenes secret places.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more. So actually, this might be something that we do again.
Yeah, there are a lot more.
I think there's going to be a part 2, possibly even a part 3.
Oh, there's that many here. Yeah, well, you let us know in the comments down below if you want a part 3.
In the meantime, I think we should leave our viewers appropriately with a view, i.e. the view that Mrs. Labouchere would have had painting, looking down towards the pools, looking south into the countryside.
So I'm now here at the Dovecote with my grandmother, who knows an awful lot more about the history of this building than I do. But we do have about a sort of flock of doves, is it 10 or so?
Much more.
Much more, right. Well, so if you could tell us a little bit about the history of this building and how old it is.
Sure. It's been in continuous occupation since 1665, which is a date above the door.
Yeah. So why do a lot of sort of stately homes have these buildings?
What, dovecotes?
Dovecotes, yeah.
Well, because it used to be a way of, it used to be protein in the winter.
Oh,
because in a case like this, which would have been absolutely thigh-high in mud in the winter, rotten old roads, your 2 sources of protein, when you could hardly get out, were pigeons. I mean, when we say doves, they're doves at the moment, but they could be pigeons.
Yeah, yeah.
And carp in the ponds in the garden. So you had rather coarse fish, carp, and then you had pigeon. And then, of course, when the pigeons started producing eggs, you didn't on the whole eat the eggs. You let the eggs hatch, and then you ate the young pigeons, which are much more delicious.
Oh, I see. Oh, so okay,
And
so
they're called
that makes
squabs.
right. I know that we do have some problems with the doves mating with the pigeons. If you could say
We
a
have
little bit
more
more.
problems with the doves mating with the doves, actually.
Oh,
What I think we ought to do is get in some new doves to give a little
right.
bit of genetic diversity.
yeah.
I don't
see.
mind if they mate with the pigeons, and I don't mind if there are a few pigeons with the doves. It's your grandfather who minds more about that.
I think I'd definitely take your side on this one.
No, but these roses I also planted. And they make the dovecot look so much nicer in the summer. Shall we go in?
Let's have a look.
Why don't you go in first?
Oh wow. You're right, there's a lot more than 10 doves in here.
There's a lot more than 10 doves in here.
Yeah.
They were usually, I think these dovecots usually had, were whitewashed inside. This whole area was rebuilt, entirely rebuilt
Right.
by Roy Cobb. And he just followed through on how it looked elsewhere, but he didn't put any plaster on the stone. He just left the
I
stone there.
see, yeah.
There's some rather bad holes in the ceiling which we ought to repair.
Yeah. I mean, I think these doves, I can't see any sort of pigeon doves right
There
now.
aren't any at the moment, but there will.
Looking alright.
In you go. Go on,
So-
go and start nesting.
I often only see maybe 10 or 15 flying about, so I'm guessing the rest just stick around in here. Is that right?
Well, no, because I mean,
Maybe
it
I'm
may
wrong.
be right for you, but I always see about 30 doves and think, goodness, we've got too many.
I can't see those. Oh, there are the 3 windows up there.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible building with all the wood.
Yeah, I don't know how deep the floor is in dove nest.
I mean, it's
I know guano was what I was thinking of.
400 years or so.
Well, this is now 1665, so it's 400,
400, yeah.
450 years. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
Actually, it's
yeah.
just wonderful.
Right, here we are.
Okay.
Grab
Oh, good. The sun's coming
the
out.
kit from the back. And you still don't know where we are, do you?
Well, I do.
Do you?
I do. I've walked here
Julie-
before.
she's-
The only reason we didn't walk here, by the way, is because we've got camera kit.
Julie,
so I just
Julie
want to make
tends
it
to keep to the paths.
I do take to
because
the paths.
she tends not to have the right footwear or the right gear.
Look at that. I mean, look
whereas,
at that.
Whereas I prefer off-piste, and we're about to go off-piste here.
I know I don't like off-piste skiing.
So here we go. We're
Yeah.
going to walk through there, which to you probably looks like a jungle, doesn't it? Yeah.
Wait, I know, but normally it's not like that.
Come on, let's
when
go.
I go to the
Let's-
Iron
let's
Age
go.
fort.
Let's go.
It's
You're
like,
first
it's
because
here.
you're breaking down the brambles.
This is
and
a
the nettles.
jungle. This is a jungle.
Well,
This is an
you can
overgrown.
see that there's a very nice little style
Yeah,
here.
when I've done this before, which I have done before, this was not an overgrown jungle. So I've done it in the spring.
Jungles have all
Oh
sorts
my
of other
gosh.
animals. Come on, let's go. We got to get there.
Okay.
Do you want a hand?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
We have to help Claire and Stephen get their camera
Right,
kit over.
Claire and Stephen, slightly dodgy style, but give it a go. So Julie, this is the remnants of a path.
Yeah, I've been on this
But
path. It
since
just
then-
hasn't been this overgrown.
An ash tree has fallen. And do you know why this big branch has fallen? Because we have a terrible disease in the
yeah.
UK called ash dieback, which is killing our ash trees.
Yep.
And this is a casualty, alas.
Oh dear.
Right,
Okay, everybody,
But-
careful.
as we get through, you can hear the sound of water.
This is literally
Because-
a jungle.
There is a wonderfully meandering stream
Isn't
here.
there like something like, get me out of here, I'm in a jungle? Then they go to like Australia. I'm a celebrity that go to the jungle. They could just come to Mapperton. Why do they have to travel all the way to Australia? Honestly.
Because this is really easy.
This is not
we,
easy.
We don't have man-eating centipedes. Okay, here is the very rickety bridge. We'll go together.
No, we're not going to.
No, we will. Thelma and Louise. If it goes down, we'll go down together. Come on.
Okay, something's connected.
This is
to me.
quite rotten.
Just don't let.
Well, I just.
Oh my God! Stop that!
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Everybody, you're going to be okay. Oh dear.
Yeah. See, Claire is stuck.
Claire, is that Claire? Just keep pushing.
What? No, poor Claire.
It might ladder your tights.
Did we do a risk assessment before we did this shoot, everybody?
You don't get to visit beautiful places without a few stings along the way.
What?
Right,
Okay,
now,
okay, oh my
we are
gosh.
passing a very dodgy bit of this
Okay,
bridge.
can you just carry on and stop talking?
No, but I literally can't carry on because the bridge has collapsed.
No, you can't go to the right.
Well, okay.
Everybody hold on.
Oh dear. Oh my God. Okay. It's really quite rickety, that bit.
Okay.
So
all right,
the key thing is to keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah. Claire and Stephen, just
Okay.
keep moving over that bit. I
Go
think.
like right, left, right, left.
Yeah, whilst holding the camera, filming, hearing the sound, all the things you've got to juggle at the same time.
Okay, okay, okay. Move
Okay,
up,
right.
move up, move up.
Okay.
Okay, Claire, you okay? Okay. Oh my gosh, we're coming up to a clearing.
And suddenly,
We've been bruised, cut,
all
stung.
is revealed.
stung.
We are here, and there is a magnificent gate. So we've now got quite a climb.
Okay, I think you should take.
And I'll
Claire's
tell you what I
camera.
think we should do is have a race to the top. You against me. What do you think?
Yeah, I would win.
Would you win?
Yeah.
You
I'm
probably
really
would
good
win.
at running.
Yeah.
They called me the Energizer Bunny when I was younger.
Did they? Okay.
I'm super fast.
All right.
I'd beat him. See, he's not going to take me up now on that.
My goodness, don't you think this is just the most extraordinary countryside?
It
Look,
is.
Look at that behind us.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's
But
absolutely beautiful.
We're going up the hill, and I've got my metal detector and my spade, because you're quite a keen and successful
Well, I
metal
found that
detectorist, aren't
arrowhead.
you? Which wasn't an arrowhead, of course.
I mean, I still think
But
it
it
was,
did.
but okay. Mhm.
And this little place that we're going is really a tribute to another series on YouTube, which is doing something similar to us, called Time Team, which is a really well-known series that's been on for decades in
Yep.
the UK.
Yep. And it
And-
was cancelled.
And it got cancelled 4 years ago.
Yep.
Used to be
More than that,
presented by
maybe.
Tony Robinson. And they've now picked up and have relaunched, like you, on YouTube.
Yeah. So they've relaunched their digs basically. I think they have how many? They have like 7,000 patrons.
Right.
Yeah, they have 7,000 patrons, and the patrons all are involved in, kind of helping them decide where the next dig is.
But
And-
the idea behind it is exactly the same as we're doing with American Viscountess.
Yeah.
Where your previous series was cancelled. We've started a different kind of series, but also visiting country houses. And the format for that is releasing it on YouTube, but also funding the production through the support of
crowdfunding.
patrons.
Yeah.
It's crowdfunding.
For us to go and visit, these historic houses across the country.
Yeah, but so Time Team are doing this as well, and a bit of a shout out to them, which is why we've got the metal detector and the trowel. And what's so fascinating about their project is that they go to places like this, unexplored archaeological remains. And we have one of those
Yep.
right at the top of this
Yep.
hill.
Here we are. We're at the top.
Okay, you've beaten me to the top.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you.
That was quite a
I have
race,
a feeling that's
wasn't
quite patronizing, but
Yeah.
oh, okay.
It was really well done.
Look at this view, though. I mean, that's the thing. And by the way, I can see the glamping tents right over there.
This fort would have been active until the Romans invaded Britain in AD 43, I think it was.
Okay.
And before then, a Dorset tribe lived here,
Really?
as they did across Dorset. And they were called the Duro-Trigus. And they had various hill forts all across Dorset.
Right, but is anything underneath it? Like, why wouldn't they do an archaeological dig here?
Well, That's why I brought metal detector.
Oh, I'm going to do the dig.
And dig, except there's bad news.
You can't dig.
We're not allowed to dig.
That's right.
Because it's a scheduled monument. And that means that it's a protected site. You can see the shape of it. This is the position that would give you the best view of any invading marauders.
Any invading what?
Marauders. A marauder is an invader. Anyway, maybe that's an English word.
Is that Latin?
No, it's just English, actually. Sorry.
Okay.
And so...
Just give me the metal detector.
And so...
Have you ever metal detected up here?
No, because you're not allowed to.
Oh,
no.
You said I wasn't allowed to dig. You said I could metal detect.
Well, metal detecting, I don't know whether that's allowed either. Okay, you have a little go.
I mean, I'm not going to dig it up. I might just do an X marks the spot.
Okay,
type of
let's
thing.
see. Let's see if she finds
Watch,
anything.
everything's going to be bing.
And if you find something,
X marks the spot.
we will have to leave it exactly where it is.
How deep does this go? Does this sensor go though?
It goes about half a mile or so.
What? No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
That's, yeah.
It goes about half a foot.
Oh.
Honestly, who would have thought it went half a mile?
Okay.
What did they teach you? Anyway, I thought that we could go and find something else, which we've got a better chance of finding.
Uh-huh.
So, Julie, because you're not going to find anything there,
Okay, you don't know
I've
that.
got another challenge for you. Another Julie's challenge.
Uh-huh.
So here, give me that back.
Okay, that didn't do anything. We need like
I
a
have
serious
heard
one.
that there are some quite rare orchids growing here called autumn ladies' tresses. And apparently they're quite common on hill forts. And one of the reasons for that is because hill forts have been undisturbed. They haven't been ploughed, they haven't been intensively farmed, and so these flowers have remained. And somewhere along
Like a
here,
wealth of knowledge.
somewhere along here, I think we have a chance of finding a rare orchid, even if we can't find a gold coin.
Okay,
So let's go have a look.
okay.
So we've got to keep going a bit further, I'm afraid.
Okay. It's kind of taking a long time to find
Yeah, well-
one orchid.
We're not finding one orchid. We hope to find lots. But what you can see here and over to the left-hand side is just the amount of earthworks involved. So can you believe that they were able to move so much earth and stone to build these places? And they didn't have diggers
No, but they had a lot of time
or
on
even
their
wheelbarrows.
hands. They had a lot of time.
They didn't have a lot of time on their hands.
Yes, they did.
Life was tough.
Yeah, but they had
They
a
were
lot.
growing crops.
Yeah, I
They were
know.
defending against marauders.
That's right, but they had a lot of time.
Marauders are
They're invaders.
invaders, exactly.
It's Latin. We're on a wild goose chase for some orchid. Now he's gone off and expects us to follow him. I mean, I don't know where he's gone off. I mean, can anybody see him? Nope. Claire, anybody see him? Even with your long lens, they can't see him. Luke! Yeah, no, I've been calling out to you for a long time. We didn't follow you, we just knew. You were on a wild goose chase for one orchid. So, and look, you
No.
come back empty-handed.
No,
I mean, I didn't expect you to pick it, but
they've
you've
probably
taken a photo.
gone. But if only Julie was a little more interested in orchids.
I am interested
and
in
indeed
ecology
iron-age
and
forts
wildflowers.
and
I
ruined
am.
cottages.
I'm very interested in it.
And lime kilns and all the things, the wonderful things that we have here on the estate.
I am interested
Okay, come on,
in
let's
it,
keep going, keep going.
but I just am sort of like, okay, you know, if there was a lot
going,
of
keep
orchids,
going,
then
keep
I would be interested. But to go looking for
I'm
one,
getting stuck on the
okay,
style
okay.
now.
The step.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, we
Anyway.
shall come back another day and find the orchids.
Orchid.
And I'll get you.
One
There's
orchid.
not one, there's many.
Well, you didn't find many.
Here we are at the chicken house, and there are no chickens at the moment, Martin.
No
because
chickens at the moment.
'cause
No, I
you-
made sure of that. That we don't want them anywhere near it.
You have very kindly been clearing out the chicken house.
Yes,
Because they get a weekly
Weekly clean out every Monday.
But there's a problem with the chickens at the moment.
They've got white mites,
White mites.
which get on you if you aren't
What are
careful.
white mites?
Tiny little things, you can get them on your skin. They're not very
Right.
nice, but
Do they bite? Do they burrow down?
They don't burrow in, they just crawl up your skin. It's itching, like an
Yeah.
ant going on your arm.
I know that Beryl went in to collect some eggs the other day and came out in a fearful state. I didn't blame her for 1 second.
Yes, she did.
But you've been tasked not just with clearing it out, but also putting in what's called a bomb. A mite bomb. Going to kill the mites. Is that
Kill
the
them
idea?
all. Any creatures, well, it says on there, any sort of bugs, anything,
Right.
anything that upsets the chickens. What I do is take the top off, and there's a little wick in there. I put it in there on the floor, light the wick, and then just leave it. It just fizzes, and then
And we
a lot
we
of
step
smoke.
back at that point.
Yeah, because there'll be a lot of smoke.
This is not nice smoke, is it?
No,
for
it's
us?
not. It's a horrible smell.
Horrible.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is.
Right. I'll grab the fire extinguisher.
Just in case.
Just
It
in
never
case,
has
'cause you
yet.
never-
I've been no
This
problem
one
yet.
says that it's ready to go.
But just
right.
be on the safe side.
Right.
I can get it out. The wick. Okay. Right, I'm going to put that in the house and light it. If you want to follow me around. I'm going to put it on the floor. Ready? There we go. Little fizz.
It's like
Little-
Guy Fawkes.
It is like Guy Fawkes. Good fun. And then it's going to smoke, but mind the fumes. It's the smoke that kills. We don't want flames in there because we'd have a bonfire or worse.
Right. But what about the mites on the chickens? Don't we need to smoke bomb
That's
the
done
chickens?
at a separate time. We pick up the chickens, we put some mite powder on. That's
Ah,
done
okay,
separately, but
okay.
you mustn't have that anywhere near the chickens. That is a different stuff altogether.
Martin, it's gone out.
No, it'll still smoke a bit. It will a little bit. I think I better shut the door. We're
Shut
going to
the
lose it
door,
all.
right.
Okay?
All right. Well, we shall.
Oh, dear.
There we go. Oh God, that got
Oh
me as
dear.
well. We'll come back for the chicken mite treatment at a later date.
Okay, yeah, we'll
and
come
in
out
the
at a later
meantime,
date.
And then
Yeah.
hopefully Beryl will be happy,
Yep.
and all of us will be happy to go and collect eggs once again
Collect the eggs, that's right, yep.
without
And
being
we won't have any mites, I hope.
no mites.
No mites.
Great.
Because they stay on you. It's horrible until you get home and shower. They're horrible things.
You're making me itch just thinking
Yeah,
about
it will.
it.
Like
Right.
tiny little pinprick things.
Right. I'll put that back. Thank you, Martin.
Okay?
We'll see you later.
People ask me, do I play tennis? Now, listen, I used to play a good game of tennis, but since I founded yoga, and yoga is like my everything, I'm always worried that I'm going to injure my arms. And because I do so many handstands, you've probably seen me handstanding in front of the house. That's my everything, so I don't play as much anymore. Okay. But I will clean it. I will clean it. So Susie's going to show me how to use them. Listen, I've done the pressure washing, power washing before with Landa in the pool.
Yep.
And then William, our 17-year-old, has promised that he is going to do it
He has.
this weekend.
He has.
So Susie's going to teach me, and then I am going to teach William, and that's how it's going to work. So then you don't have to do any of this anymore. You can go back to, keeping
Making the gardens fabulous.
Exactly. You don't need to worry about the tennis court. All right, so Susie, but tell me what I need. I've done this once before.
Okay, so we've got a diesel pressure washer.
Okay.
So tap it on,
So tap, you're connecting it. Yeah, I see where
Yep.
you're connecting it. Tap on.
and then the hose sits in the bucket.
And that takes water from
That
it.
takes the water, yep.
Okay. By the way, where can I find that hose, that one, when William comes on Saturday?
It will be there.
It will be there.
It will be
Okay,
there.
cool. Okay, all right.
Right, and to start,
Is it like a lawnmower that you have to?
you don't pull. I don't really know what that's there for.
Oh, okay,
Ignore that.
okay, ignore that. Okay.
So the throttle
Yeah,
needs to go in the green zone
yeah. Okay.
to switch it on.
Okay. Right. And then you take that. Okay.
And if you put it at an angle, it gets off much quicker.
Like this. Like that. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait! This is gonna take forever! This is gonna take forever! What? How long did it take you to do all that? 3 hours. Alright, okay. All right, let's get to work, everybody. Woo. The only thing that hurts is the hand, like this and here. It can get. That's why I keep swapping, and in between my legs, I can control it a little bit more. So that's why I'm doing it in between my legs. But it can kind of hurt, but I had to experiment as to like what works, and it's really, you have to get close, and then you have to, I just rock back and forth, and then I put my whole body into it, and it makes my hands, believe it or not, feel better. So that is why. I spelled out Mapperton. I was going to do Mapperton live, but do I have time to do that, Stephen, or no?
Next scene.
No, but be sure to subscribe to Mapperton live. So hit the like button and turn notifications on, and do consider becoming a patron. It's our patrons who have really helped us with so many of the repairs and restorations here at Mapperton. In particular, the 18th century pool, but there's so much more for us to do. So we hope that not only will you subscribe and like and turn notifications on, but you also become a Mapperton patron as well for more behind the scenes contents, lots of goodies, and really to be a part of the Mapperton community here in Dorset.
Right, this is the back entrance to the coach house by the kitchen, because we've come in to see how Amy is getting on, because at this time of year it's all about getting ready for the season and clearing up from the season before. And this building is the building that we first renovated in about 2017, 2018, and we built this whole staircase. There was nothing here before, in order to provide an upstairs where we could store stuff. And so during the season, when we've got the cafe open and when we've got weddings, we use this as a big storeroom for all of the behind the scenes stuff that we need, all the drinks, all the food, all the freezers, and you can see there's quite a lot of other stuff that just piles up. What have we got here? Oh look, got some nice gold rimmed wedding glasses going spare. Chris, you need any glasses for your house? You're not having a wedding anytime soon? Well, you never know, that could change. And now we are in the store area, and it's looking mighty tidy. Look at all of this alcohol. There is wine galore. Oh look, all the mixers. And we've got marshmallows for chocolate sauce. A lot of them. Coffee, hot chocolate. Oh, look at this, maple juice. And of course, the cuvee. Now these ones haven't been labelled, but that is Mapperton's finest apple juice. And this, of course, is the cuvee that we sell. And in here, we've got various bits of frozen food. This is where we put our venison and our lamb for the season. Aha! Amy, can I get in?
Hopefully, just
I
be
can.
careful.
I can just about get in now. I found Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
So let's be fair to Amy straight away. Whilst this looks like it has been sort of turned upside down, that is only because it's in the process of being organised and tidied. Is that true, Amy?
Yeah, it's definitely. I think I've made it a bit worse in order to make it better. So yeah, everything's in the middle at the moment while I kind of rebuild the shelves a little bit.
I mean, lots of things have to be worse before they get better, don't
Yeah.
they? So that's a fairly...
This is definitely that.
Yeah, but just give us a little look around. I can see all sorts of things I haven't seen for ages. Look at these old Mapperton postcards.
Yeah,
up
so
here.
this is the bit that I've done so far.
This is looking good.
So this is all of our shop stock, all of our Mapperton stuff as well. And yeah, I found some really old postcards as well. So
Yeah, can we sell them? Will
yeah, I
people buy
don't see
them?
why not. Yeah.
I mean, they look pretty good to me.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I took some of those.
Yeah,
Actually,
those are our newer ones.
These are the new ones, right? Yeah, okay. And what have we got down here? We've got Keeper's Cottage crockery. That's
Yeah, that's all ready to go into Keeper's Cottage.
That's yours, Keeper's. Got some umbrellas. We need umbrellas today. It's pouring with rain yet again. Right. What? Oh, we've got some eyeballs.
Yep, all
on
our Halloween
sticks.
stuff is up here, all our
So-
decorations.
So that's ready for Halloween for this year. Yeah.
And then I'm just starting to put together the cafe stuff. So lots of takeaway cups and lots of takeaway stuff. So yeah, it's all going to go here eventually.
Now, have you discovered anything that you'd been missing and that has suddenly reappeared and you're really pleased?
Nothing that's been missing, but I have found some fun things.
Oh yeah.
I found one of the awards that we won. So that's from 2019, and that was for our Mapperton Cuvée.
There we go. That was Dorset Food and Drink. Drinks Product of the Year, Mapperton Cuvée. Can we put this sign downstairs on the bar?
Yeah, we can put it up,
Don't you
yeah.
think? We've got to show off our awards. It's not like we get them every day,
Yeah.
but we have had a few. Okay, that's quite a good
Yeah,
find.
that's my best find. I'd
That's
say.
your best. That's your best find. Oh my goodness, that is a real find. Over
That
here.
light?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered what that was.
Yeah. This is a set of flashing lights for a party, and I can tell you the origin of this was during lockdown. It was my niece's. I think it was her 8th or 9th birthday, and she couldn't have a party. So we said, well, we'll put the party on for you, and we got her some flashing lights. So she had a little disco. Yeah. There's lots of exciting stuff in here. What is this?
I think,
Oh my goodness!
I want to say that's the fudge maker.
It's like a massive cauldron, isn't it? So you put your fudge in. Oh yeah, I think this is the fudge maker, isn't it?
I think it is.
Can we make some fudge?
Oh God, we can try.
It's really easy. It's just, isn't it quite easy, fudge?
I actually don't know. I've never tried to make it. So
Okay, we've got to look into that.
Yeah.
Because people will buy Mapperton fudge.
Yeah.
Please let us know if you're interested in Mapperton fudge, and if so, what flavours you'd like. We've got we've got some dead people.
Yep, more
on the-
Halloween.
on the top shelf. We've got glasses and carrots
Yep,
and salt and peppers.
lots of random cafe stuff.
Do you not feel a little bit overwhelmed, or are you feeling sort of, it's doable? You know what to do?
Yeah, I think it'll take a while, but I think it'll be fine.
Right. Okay. Anything I can help lift and move in the meantime?
Oh,
Or
maybe.
am I just getting in the way?
No.
I think I'm getting in the way.
There's so much going on at Mapperton while we're getting ready for Grand Historic Tours. A wedding over there. Ooh, a cat. Oh, and a skip. Wait, what is that? What is that? Wait, what?
A
Luke.
mummified
What?
suitcase
No.
sitting in the cellar,
No. Oh my God, it smells.
and it's completely disintegrated,
Oh my gosh.
and
What?
almost nothing left.
Do you think it was Alberta's? Does it have
I
any?
don't think it was Alberta's.
Does
It's
it?
going straight in the skip because
Oh.
it's literally going to fall apart in my hand.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the things that you find here at Mapperton. We are doing a big, wow. Oh my gosh. This is the clear out,
That was quite
everybody.
something. I mean, we can probably date it.
Yeah, can you date it?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes. Date it.
Might not be that long ago, but you can see.
Well, it's got to be decently long time ago.
The risk here, that looks like a very old advert for celluloid film.
Okay, so what do we think?
Hypersensitive,
60s?
chromatic.
60s?
50s, 40s.
50s?
Oh God.
Oh God. Oh, here. What? Oh my gosh. No.
No, Julie,
Wait, I know.
Please don't begin to say that you want to save this.
I'm not.
This is not savable.
Wait, what's this? Here we go. Here's a date on there, 1953.
Marlborough College, it's my mother's.
Oh.
That's sad. Here is a.
Oh.
Here is
It's 1953, everybody. Oh.
a photo. Or yeah,
Should we save that?
we can save that.
What else is there?
I don't know. But I need a gas mask.
Yeah, you
Or
do.
at least a face mask.
You should have had one. Oh dear. Well, at least we're outside now. Oh. Okay, well, Grand Historic Tours is just absolutely brilliant.
Right, I think I am coming to the end. I'm absolutely covered head to toe in muck. I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness. These are quite nice shirts and jeans, but in here is a slightly better organised storeroom. Paints over here, packing cases, a couple of bits of good carpet, some old documents and things that ought to be saved if we can. And then look at this, I've got 3 more spaces to put things. And there's so much stuff here at Mapperton. Now I just need to get rid of this huge old water tank. And we've got a very small wrought iron bed. It looks like a cot almost. I expect that will stay there forever. But otherwise, I think I'm done for the day. I'm here with Raymond and we're going to be looking at drainage, where the drains run to, where the foul water runs to, coming out of the house and then heading off down into underground caverns and pipes. But Raymond, this starts off with a bit of a problem, doesn't it? We've got this bathroom that we're putting in, and unfortunately, where the drainage was coming out, we decided that we were going to put it into one part of this underground chamber and it should have gone into another. Raymond, explain to us.
That's right. Well, we've got to obviously come out of the bathroom up there, and we were going to come along into this big deep manor, which we'll show you in a minute. But we decided that it actually separates inside. It's a Victorian thing where you sort of drop the foul waste alongside the rainwater and they never mix. It's quite a clever thing. So we found that another manhole in the back there that we've got a spare gully in it. We're going to connect up that, and so we're going to dig a little trench around there underneath the garden and up around and just connect it up where that blue bag is there.
So the original pipe was going to come down straight into the chamber here, and this is the extraordinary thing that you were talking about. The Victorians, who were these amazing engineers, came up with this very clever system for splitting out what you might call the solid waste from the rainwater. Raymond, I quite want to go down there with the camera and with Chris. What do you think?
No, I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Luke, because
why not?
well, because you are going into a confined space below the surface, and you've got to have special equipment, breathing apparatus and things to do that.
Right.
Because you could pick up all kinds of things. If you look down there, you see that's quite deep.
Wow, look at that. That is absolutely astonishing.
Yeah.
Because we think of this house going up quite high. What you don't realise is quite how far down it goes.
Yeah, because that, like I say, that goes underneath the cellar floor.
Right under the house.
Yeah.
So they must, because obviously the house is much older than the drain system, so they must have dug under the house at some point.
Because this is relatively modern. This is sort of, I think the map shows 1907.
Right.
And it's still, because these are rainwater ones, this one.
So we've got these different pipes here, which is rainwater coming in on this side.
Yeah.
And then in the far corner over there,
that is soil.
you've got a separate chamber.
Yeah.
And that's where all of the lavatories and the bars and everything are running off into that.
Yeah.
And it's got this little sort of separate chamber, which is so clever. And Raymond, there's a ladder here for me. Right there.
No,
it's not happening.
I'm afraid, Luke, you can't go down there.
He's not going to let me go.
No, you can't. It'll be.
What's the risk then? That I'll get overwhelmed by noxious fumes and gases,
which you won't smell.
Which I won't smell. They'll just take me out quietly.
And then suddenly, the cameraman and myself will have to try and get you out.
Well, Chris is pretty nimble. Rainbow, do you remember the last time I went into a chamber?
Yeah, I do. You better get up, I think, Luke. Got it in?
Oh dear, it's going to go. At the moment I let go of this, and I cannot get it.
Steve just said it might blow off.
You did?
Yeah.
Have you got any sort of hammer or mallet or something?
Bit of iron.
So we haven't got a great track record with Luke heading into underground chambers, have we?
But luckily that was clean, drinkable water, potable water.
Whereas this certainly isn't. So what we're saying though is that we've got to connect this new soil pipe, waste pipe from the new bathroom to that long one going down. And there's a manhole with a connection over there.
That's right.
Instead of the pipe coming straight through here. Yeah. So that was the mistake. That's where we got it wrong, and we've got to redo the pipe work. It raises an interesting point, this though, which is that I had always heard that Mapperton was built on bedrock, that it was actually really quite hard to dig down into the soil here because of the high level of rock supporting the house. This actually suggests you can get really quite far. Now, I would think that is a good 15 feet, isn't it, down there?
It is.
Of course, we do have a graveyard for the church here, where as far as I know, only Mrs. Labouchere, who owned the house in the 1920s to the 1950s, is buried. Yeah. My understanding is that she's the only one because it was so hard to dig into the rock. There we go. Right. Feeling a little unsteady.
Well, he's all right.
He's all right. Now, Raymond, we have got a map here of all the drains for the main house. Yeah. And this is dated 1907.
Yeah, 1907.
It's extraordinary. So we can see that we've got the main house over here.
Yeah.
And then the chamber that we were looking at is right there.
That's right.
And those are the pipes running across.
Yeah.
And into another chamber.
Yeah, that's an even slightly deeper one.
And then slightly worryingly, there's a pipe that comes out of that chamber and goes straight down
towards the swimming
into
pool.
The swimming pool.
Yeah, but down somewhere here, which is, if we looked out the window, they're almost directly opposite us. Someone who used to work here years ago said there was a chamber there, a collecting chamber, which we've never ever found. People have never ever found. And we think that chamber was overflow, then it overflowed into the swimming pool.
How long do you think this is going to continue sitting here, Raymond? Another couple of 100 years?
Well, I hope Nestor and William will look at it in a few years' time and say, or William and then Nestor, look after it and say, well, that's where Dad said the drains were, and that was it.
It's got a bit damp, hasn't it? It always needs a little bit of restoration.
Yeah.
But we'll have to leave that for another day.
One of, I think, the amazing benefits of Mapperton Estate, as it is almost a 2,000-acre estate, is that there's lots of foraging, if you like, to be done. So I'm here in the kitchen garden. Yep, we do have one at Mapperton. I wish I could spend more time in here, but As I think many of you know watching these videos, Luke and I are pulled in 8,000 different directions because, as I try to remind those of you who are tuning in for the first time, that it's not just a historic house that we look after, it's the entire estate. And Beryl, some of you have seen, hello, some of you have seen her before in our videos. So Beryl lives in the house with Luke and I and makes sure that all is secure. so I always think of Beryl as like she's all about making sure that the house is secure because of course it has the whole family collection in it. But today we're in the kitchen garden and we are going to pick red currants, everybody. Look at all these red currants.
Yep.
So what are we going to be making, Beryl? We're going to be making
red currant jelly.
Red currant jelly.
Yep.
Now, Beryl and I are both vegetarian. So, I mean, I occasionally eat fish, so technically pescatarian, but Beryl you're 100% vegetarian, aren't you?
No, I'm pescatarian.
Oh, she's
too.
pescatarian as well. There we go.
I eat fish at least 3 times a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Beryl has, so I have a question for Beryl. Because red currant jelly is usually used for
yes.
lamb.
Yes, it's true, it's true.
So what are we going to use it for since we're pescatarian?
I don't know, I've just put it in the larder for anyone who wants to eat it.
It's quite easy to make, isn't it?
It's very easy, it's quick. That's the good thing about it. Well, there's sort of 2 processes, but it is quick to make. It boils up very quickly and sets very quickly.
Right, and that's what we're going to be doing, everybody. There's so many red currants here.
I know.